What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the It Doesn't Matter podcast. I'm your host. I'm Notorious One. I am Dom, and tonight I'm here with Poppy Platino, and I'm here with BDC. Strat Facts. He's on hiatus right now, eating a good barbecue, but he'll be back real soon. But tonight, we're taking a deep dive. We're going to talk about a legacy of a man, of a future Hall of Famer, from the Lionheart to Le Champion to the Demo God. We're going to be breaking the walls down. We're going to talk about all things Chris Jericho. Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What's
And
up?
don't
What's
adjust
up?
your dials, man. Yes, I am wearing glasses. Unfortunately, I had an eye injury. An eye injury. My eye. But hey, if Taker could do his matches, I could at least do a podcast with something to protect my eye.
You know people wear their stunner shades at night, so ain't nothing wrong with that. You ain't got to explain to nobody because it doesn't matter.
DJ Platino coming to you 9
All right, but before we get into the Ocho, let's talk about the weekly rundown. Today, BDC, what are your thoughts on Giulia's run in WWE so far?
When she first came on, I thought that her run would look something like Asuka. I thought that she would be the next big thing. She would come in and she would, run the table for a bit and then develop into a character. It seems to be nothing like that. They brought her in. She was initially a House of Fire of sorts. I think she went down with a injury. She was out for a little bit, but by the time she came back and really started to establish her footing, Stephanie Vaquer showed up. And it seems like everything that was earmarked for Giulia went to Stephanie, and Giulia instantly became not what I thought she would be. They moved her up to the main roster. She was on the main roster. She took a minute to get her footing there, but then finally they put a title on her. They put the U.S. Championship on her, which was in a kind of weird how that happened. But it just seemed like she, even as champion, she kind of languished on SmackDown. Furthered by the fact that then put Kiana James on her as a manager, which really felt awkward. She surpassed the longest reign of women's U.S. Championship title holder with that Friday episode, with this last Friday's episode of SmackDown. She topped 132, which was Chelsea Green. She hit 133, only to lose the title to Chelsea Green in a little under 2 minutes on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't even get to extend that reign. It's just now gone. And it's just weird. I don't get I get moving her out of NXT because clearly Stephanie Vaquer got there. She caught fire from the gate, and you couldn't have two people that you wanted to do great things with running at the same time. And they had a little burn together, but ultimately you could tell Stephanie was going to be the top two, the top of the two. So you move her to SmackDown. It's cool. You have a run with the talent there, but it just seems like she went instant mid card the moment she hit SmackDown. She never really felt like she was going to be in the main event or for the women. It didn't feel like she was going to be anywhere close to that. And for somebody that was so highly touted and is actually very, very good, it just seemed weird that she just kind of got slotted as soon as she hit SmackDown. I think they could have done more with her. I think if you really think about it, outside of Nia, Bianca's hurt, so Bianca's not even there. You had Jade. You really had the names there. You could have really had her go up against and really challenge for that world championship. I mean, hell, Nia Jax has gotten beat by Liv Morgan. Nia Jax has gotten beat by Tiffany Stratton. Like, Nia Jax has gotten beaten by these women in this division. So it's not like Giulia couldn't do that. Hell, Nia Jax got beat by Asuka. So it's not like Giulia couldn't have faced off against these bigger talents and done the job. They just threw her into SmackDown and they just slotted her straight in the mid card. It's weird to me, especially for for the name recognition from the door when she came into NXT. It just was weird to me.
Now, excuse me. Now, when she came into NXT, I feel like she got pushed. She was real over in the beginning, and then like 2 weeks later, they probably signed Stephanie Vakir, roughly.
Yeah.
And then she had the title, and then Stephanie
took it off of her
and got the North American title. Mm-hmm. And then didn't Giulia get hurt?
Giulia got hurt around that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like they didn't have to go title for title. We don't even know what the injury was because I feel like she came back real soon anyway. So they could have hold it down a little bit.
Right.
But, they fast tracked it to the main roster too quickly. They did that with plenty of people so far coming from NXT.
Yeah. Well, and I think the problem is that with Vakir being there, I mean, Giulia should have been a A-level star in NXT. With Stephanie showing up there, Stephanie was obviously an A-level star, so it was almost like they felt they couldn't have two. So
they had more than two. Then after they had Stephanie Vakir,
but I mean,
they had what's the chick with Sol Ruka?
No, but I mean like I don't mean like people who kind of just became them on their own. I mean like A-level as in they came in like that. Because if you notice, even in NXT, when Asuka came in, she essentially came in by herself. When Kenta came in, he essentially came in by himself. When they brought these international talents in, they usually came in by themselves and had a bit of a run. And in her case, it was like she was there, and then Stephanie came right in behind her. So it just felt like they couldn't have them both in there. So they did their title for title, took the title off of Giulia, and then shipped her out to SmackDown. Which, as I said, since she's been at SmackDown, her run has not been great. Even with the title, it has not been great.
Yeah, they rushed her on the main roster. That's what happened.
Mm-hmm. They rushed her, and I don't feel like they ever really like put in the right time to develop her character or who she is.
Which,
I got to steal a line from the TNA Women's Champion because what she said, it rings true to this day, I guess.
Oh, Kalani Jordan?
She said, if you ain't got a pretty face and a fat ass, you ain't doing nothing in the E. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, she did say that.
Oh.
She did say that.
So,
Kalani don't have a fat ass, but she's doing stuff.
Well, I'm just saying.
Well, she got a pretty face.
She looked good.
She got a pretty face, and
she's basically talking about the women in WWE, saying if you ain't got both, you ain't gonna get a big push in the E.
Well,
if you
I
look
mean,
at it, it's like it's kind of fucked up to say that, but
yeah. Because I mean,
I don't know
if
if it's character based or it's just like her being truthful in a way.
Well, I mean, see. I don't know, because the only reason I'm running my head through the women that have gotten pushed in recent years, right? I'm running my head through that, and I'm looking at the obvious. Okay, Jade's getting a major push right now,
but she's a star.
Both,
she looks like it.
Yeah, but she came in from AEW. She was she was a star. Bianca has been.
You think Jade wasn't a
star? No, not that. But those already they got the look. But look at somebody like JC James. She's not all that attractive whatsoever, and she held down that NXT Women's title for a good few months.
Yeah.
So what the hell is Kalani talking about?
I think they just probably because they feature girls like Lola Vice, what is it, Nikita Lyons, but she's always hurt.
Yeah, because I was about to say Sol Ruka is.
That soul snatcher is crazy. So
that's why everybody. Surfer girl, I love her.
Yeah. That girl could go work.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna.
Yeah, she. I was like, yeah. So I mean, there. Yeah, I. But like I said, I look at the names of the people, the faces, and I'm matching the names to them, and I'm just like, there's a lot of them that fell one way or the other, but not both.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would disagree with the assessment as well that you have to have both to make it done. I mean, she's got a pretty face. She doesn't have She doesn't have everything she's even saying in the moment, but she's that.
on TNA, though.
And she was, huh? Well, she
on
was also
TNA.
North American, but she was also the first North American champion.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, everybody liked her. She was definitely over. She got herself over.
She was definitely over. So
I just don't know why they released her just for her to be back on their TV again. It's just like, oh,
Who?
Kalani's not released.
She didn't
She's
release.
still
release?
no. She's still NXT talent. She's just a
Who's
TNA
the one
champion.
That got releases in TNA.
Jakarta Jackson. Yeah, she got.
They didn't use her. Like they use
Well,
what they want to use. Like, come on now. We already know that Lash Legend's going to be the breakout one in that tag team.
Lash Legend was going to be the star.
Now look, she's on SmackDown.
And
when she slammed Otis, I was like, oh
yeah. And Metaphor, and in my assessment, Metaphor held her down. Metaphor held both of those ladies down because Noam Dar, at that point, Noam Dar was just kind of just dangling. He wasn't really doing anything. No, Metaphor was to help boost him, but ultimately it held Jakarta and Lash Legend down. And unfortunately, when they had finally just decided to let go of Metaphor, at that point, Lash had established herself. Mm-hmm. So now you had to work on establishing Jakarta, and they just didn't. So they sent her off to TNA, where she is now establishing herself as a knockout. So, which furthers the fact that Metaphor should have been disbanded a long time ago and allowed them to establish themselves, because she might still be here.
I dig it. I dig the partnership with WWE and TNA because a lot of people who didn't have the opportunity in NXT are getting that opportunity in TNA. Look at Jakarta Jackson, Mara Sade. Now she's making a name for herself. And then when they had that little showdown, the Survivor Series showdown, whatever,
she worked out.
She worked out.
Yeah.
So it's definitely working out. So I don't know, but I just feel like they rushed with Giulia. They should have kept her in NXT a little bit longer because it was just too short-lived. Yeah, people really didn't know. Everybody knows Stephanie McCare because Booker T is her hype man right there. And
I think they should have. I think they should have
seen nothing viral of Giulia yet.
I think they should have flipped it. They should have sent Stephanie up They should have sent Stephanie up. They should have fast tracked Stephanie up to the main roster and kept Giulia in NXT. That was when Stephanie got there. Everyone, I mean, people knew who Giulia was, but everybody knew who Stephanie was.
Yeah.
So they should have sent Stephanie up to the main roster and let Stephanie, grind her teeth there and really get herself going there, and left Giulia down there because I
think the injuries were a reason to force them up too, because I think Bianca, Liv, and another woman that got hurt, so they had to fill those spots for the roster.
Bianca and Liv got hurt. Stuck. Yeah, Bianca and Liv got hurt. And then ladies got released too. So yeah.
So BDC, what do you think they could do with the Giulia right now to basically get her going again? Obviously, SmackDown, they got the women's. They're starting to. They were staggering a bit. We had a lot of injuries, but now they're getting them back together. They got Jade as the women's champion, and you see they teased Charlotte and Jade last night or on Friday Night SmackDown, and Chelsea still doing the damn thing. She should definitely have a title around her waist. I'm glad she got the United States Championship right now, but you got the surrounding cast. What do you think?
Do you want to
how do you get her back up?
Well, obviously, at this point, you can't put her in a program with Jade at all. You can't, because the way she lost that title makes her look really, really. I mean, and don't get me wrong, there was some shenanigans behind it. Of course, there always is. That's Chelsea, but losing a title at any point in under 2 minutes is basically a death knell. You kind of have to reboot her, which means you might have to send her back down to NXT to reboot her. You might have to send her back down. You got Kiana James, who is not even wrestling, so something needs to happen with her, whether you need to bring her back down or whether she's not going to wrestle anymore, whatever the case may be. You need to do something. She doesn't need to be on SmackDown after that. For now, send her back down to NXT. Let her kind of rebuild herself down there, and then bring her back. Because now you've lost Lash Legend to SmackDown. And if your main competition to Tatum Paxley is going to be JC Jane, don't get me wrong, she held it down, yeah. But if that's going to be her main competition for the title for a while, then put her down there and put her in the mix down there in NXT. Let her regain the NXT Women's Championship. Let her have a dominant title run for a while, and then bring her back to SmackDown. When some of the ladies that have been hurt are back. You've made decisions on other ladies that are currently on the roster that maybe shouldn't be there, and you bring her back up and put her into that main event mix, because we know how good she is. The problem is that, like I said, they slaughtered her as soon as she got to SmackDown, because for whatever reason they slaughtered her in the mid card, and she's definitely more than that. And now she's kind of languished based on this title run.
Well, we'll see what they do with Giulia, because we know WWE, they are good with their video package, and they definitely could rebuild her if they really want to. So the ball is on WWE's hand right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely NXT, folks. Put her back in NXT.
Yes. All right. So we recently got the WrestleMania promo featuring Triple H, Paul Heyman, all his guys, Brock, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and we see the WWE champion. We see Cody Rhodes. Platino, what did you think of this? Is WWE planting the seed for a major angle, or are they just showing the big guns of WWE right now and just trying to take your money for WrestleMania?
I think it's a little bit of both, because initially everyone keeps saying, "Oh, Cody's gonna turn. Cody's gonna turn. Cody's gonna turn." Maybe Cody won't even turn. I initially saw this and I thought, "Oh, possible turn for Cody," but I mean, if you look at everybody there, all Paul Heyman guys except for one, Cordell Rhodes,
Mm-hmm.
and his family's so, the Rhodes family is so close to Paul Heyman. The storyline has always been told that when Dusty was in his wits' ends, he didn't have any money, he was down in his luck. Who was the one that gave him a call? Paulie Dangerously. He gave him a call. Hey, Dusty, baby, come get some money over here in ECW. We're gonna make sure put some money in your pocket so Cordell can come up and get some food and get something to eat. Put some money in his house. That right there, it's storyline just waiting to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul is not to be trusted with anybody. He's he's got the Bronze right now doing their thing. He does see the future with Braun Breaker, but knowing how Paulie is, while Braun is doing this, Paulie's got another plan B waiting in the wings.
Before BDC gets into it, did you see when Triple H walked into the room and they had the chess pieces? Then you seen the knight.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a sign too.
Mm-hmm.
He might not have been in the room, but he's been making a name. He's been wrecking havoc right now. LA Knight.
Unfortunately, it's start and stop with him. I don't see them pushing him yet or ever. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he's got backstage politics. I don't know, because he's buddies with Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, because they roomed together when they were coming up in pro wrestling. I don't know, man. The guy's got it. He can wrestle. He's got the promos. Everyone, I don't know, man. I just get frustrated because you see him get there, and then they cut him off. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. So if it's gonna happen, it's gonna be a shock to me. But it's from what I've seen all the time now from the E, they get him warmed up all the way to the top, and then they cut the steam off.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the deal with LA Knight has been. Everything they've thrown at him, he's taken on, and yet, I mean, he's plenty over as well. But the thing of it is just for whatever reason they won't pull the trigger. He's been United States champ. They, for whatever reason, won't pull the trigger and give him run, which could be just a matter of the timing, because literally Roman had it forever, and then Cody had it for a year, and then John Cena had it, and now Cody has it again. So it's kind of been, the title's kind of been in upper echelon for a minute now. And he's not upper echelon yet. So it could very well be that it's just a case of this particular title has a reserve spot because it is the top title in WWE. So maybe that title is just designed for only upper echelon talent. And once he gets there, then he can have it. But until he gets there, they're going to keep it amongst what they will call the big draws, the big money makers and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. But yeah, he should definitely be getting more title consideration than he's getting. And not to say, he hasn't been in a title picture for most of the time. He has been on the second coming of the LA Knight gimmick. But like you said, it just seems like every time he's starting to make that move up, he's clipped.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drops a couple of pegs, and then he's got to start to make that rise again, which he ultimately makes, and then he gets clipped again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's extremely frustrating, especially when you see the other people that are getting opportunities that he doesn't seem to be getting.
Because his last name's not Fatu? Or he's not Samoan?
Yeah.
All right, BDC.
Yep.
LA Knight, his name was randomly selected, and he's going to be taking on a talent that Nick Aldis didn't reveal whose name it is. Who do you think he's going to be fighting?
If I had to venture a guess, whoever he faces, he's going to lose to. So I don't know. I don't think it's Hendry. I don't think it's Hendry. I don't even know if it's anybody in NXT. Truth be told, it may well be that someone out the company that they're going to give that opportunity to. Could be ultimately the person that faces John Cena. I can't really give you a name because I really don't know. I thought when name made all the mention of it could be TNA, it could be somebody out of the company. I figured there, it's like, okay, they're probably going to give that shot to somebody who's not currently actively wrestling, or somebody who's not in the company, or somebody who might be on a Legends contract right now. I don't know. It's like, it's really all over the place where they can go with that. But I really can't give you a name at this moment, but I think whoever goes in that slot, LA Knight is likely going to lose too.
Would you like
for the reasons I just stated, as far as him always getting clipped. Now, he would be somebody that would absolutely benefit from wrestling John Cena, win, lose, or draw.
That's what I'm about to ask you just now.
Which is the exact reason why I think whoever he faces, he will lose to. Because he will get clipped again.
Well, they say if you can't beat him, join him. Imagine LA Knight being with Paul Heyman.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Survivor Series coming.
But the only two choices I can think of that all this held tightly would be Jericho or Edge. The rumor keeps saying that these guys are out of AEW, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I think the only one who's really out of AEW is Jericho. Edge is until November of next year. So
okay,
yeah. So I think Jericho will be the only one. And the thing of it is in order. Well, no, it wouldn't be that he even needs it. Obviously he doesn't need it. But at the end of the day, would it be you really want him to? Do you want him to have somebody? Do you really want him to be wrestling someone he's never faced before for his final match, or do you want this retirement tour to end with someone that he's very familiar with, somebody that he has a very lengthy history with?
We already got that with him wrestling and doing the move sets of the people that he can't face. So give me somebody new. Give me somebody fresh. Braun Breaker. Give me Gunther. The next guy up, basically.
Yeah, I'm tired of the old hat. Give me, like they always say, give back to the company. Give back to the future. Just give me somebody who's going to be there for the next 5 to 10 years. That's all you need.
BDC, you know we haven't seen since he lost his title?
Gunther?
Nope. Obafemi.
Ooh.
We haven't seen him since he dropped the NXT title.
With the ruler.
Oba over LA Knight. Oh my God, the internet would go crazy because they won't know what to think. They'd be mad and happy at the same time.
That would,
yes,
man, that would be disgusting, man.
You know what, Oba, get your ass in the ring because I want to see the chaos.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, them tickets is already sold, so you're not at this point.
There you go. All right,
just like this cup says,
Dad
can fix it.
look. You just literally gave me some. Oh, there you. Yes. Oh my God.
One more topic for the rundown before we get into this Chris Jericho show. All right, so we know what's going on. Ridge Holland has been in the news lately that his contract was getting expired. They wasn't going to renew it. Then they fired him, and now my man's having trouble, paying his mortgage. And now you got people like Omos and Chelsea Green making donations to help my man be able to, pay his mortgage. How do you view this talent of Ridge Holland? Like, is it bad for him to speak out, and next thing they just release him and shit just start spiraling for him? Like, what do you guys think about this whole Ridge Holland situation?
Regardless of if you like the guy or not, personally, like, we don't know how he is with the guys in the back, and that right there shows how the locker room is still tightly knit and they're still together. And it's not just guys from WWE donating to him; it's guys from AEW and all of the companies. It just shows a level of respect that these guys know what each other go through and all the shit they deal with. I even just seen earlier today that Jinder Mahal was explaining how the whole financial situation goes with these pro wrestlers, where they gave you classes on how to pay your taxes and all that, but then they don't explain to you got to pay for your travel, your gear, your hotel, and then when you're done with all that, you have other taxes that you have to pay when you're getting these contracts that they don't really explain. So it's kind of screwed up that a company would, you put your life on the line. I get it. He did hurt a couple guys, and mistakes happen. And I'm pretty sure he talked to the guys that he hurt and like, yeah, I'm sorry. But you don't just throw a guy out like that, especially when the rest of when you see the whole locker room getting together, and especially other companies like taking care of each other. That just shows that it's a level of respect that these all these wrestlers have for each other, where no matter what's going on in the public eye, they know what's really going on in the private sector with between each other. So they're always gonna look out for each other. And you said Omos, man. The dude said he put in, I think it says a monthly donation he's gonna be doing. $1,000. The dude is doing monthly to make sure the guy is still doing good. So that right there, Omos just gained another level of respect for me. It's not just one full donation; it's done and over with. He's doing monthly to make sure the guy's still up on his feet and not like struggling to make ends meet. So for me, all those pro wrestlers that did that, even if they are still doing it, I got so much respect for you, because the wrestling community gets so much shit. How it's really just the fans. They're so toxic between wanting another company to go out. Why would you want another company to go out when you see shit like this, where guys from multiple companies are taking care of one guy to look out for him? For me, if you're a wrestling fan and you want another company to go down, just go screw. Don't watch wrestling.
Right.
Straight up.
I'm going to make this statement, and I've been accused of it, and I'll tell people to fuck off all day, every day, twice on Sundays and holidays. Tribalism is a disease.
Yes.
When you call yourself a wrestling fan, but the only thing you've got to say about any other wrestling organization that is not your favorite is they're shit, they're trash, or this, that, and the other, and you can't see things from a perspective that says, "Hey, everybody's getting an opportunity. There's more horses in the race. More horses in the race means good. It means product for everybody." If you don't like how WWE formats its wrestling, you have AEW that formats it a different way. And I'll be the first to tell you, do I like Spot Monkey Fest? Not necessarily, but guess what? I'm happy AEW is there. Because AEW is there, has put names on the map that you never heard of. You never heard of Sunny Kiss before. You didn't hear of Sunny Kiss mainstream before AEW. You didn't hear about Ricky Starks mainstream before AEW. You think he just showed up as Ricky Saints and all of a sudden he was just this huge star? No, AEW made him that. Jade Cargill, same thing.
Exactly.
You
Jade, I
have
was gonna say that.
you have I mean, you have all these talents.
Rhodes. Cody
Rhodes
left
Cody
for
Rhodes
dead
was
in WWE.
Yep. Cody Rhodes was left for dead. I mean, hell, look at what's his name? Ethan Page.
Ugh.
I mean, you have all these
I don't know why
like you have all
I'm
these
glad he's doing his
talents.
thing.
You have all these talents that would not have had a main event footing to come to WWE and be big names off the bat, if not for AEW. You had Ring of Honor that, I mean, you have who? You had Kevin Owens come from Ring of Honor. You had CM Punk come from Ring of Honor. You have all these talents come from Ring of Honor. Samoa Joe, another one. Hell, a particular Tyler Black, who later became Seth Rollins, also from Ring of Honor. So all these other wrestling organizations that brought these guys over, and we're not going to talk about a particular guy who found his calling in ECW, who then wasn't allowed to showcase it in WWE right away, but when he did, he became a superstar, and that's some guy by the name of Steve Austin. But we're not even going to discuss that either. So all these other wrestling organizations that produce stars that you see on your TV every Monday, every Friday, or if you're watching AEW every Wednesday, every Saturday, these guys come from these other wrestling organizations, and when you come off the cuff and you have nothing good to say about these other wrestling organizations that are turning out this talent because you're a WWE tribalist or you're a AEW tribalist, man, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. Here's a theater, have several seats. It's ridiculous to me. It is ridiculous to me because all of these places absolutely are for the better of wrestling in general. When it was just WWE after the Monday Night Wars was over, they had the Attitude Era and all that stuff like that. But what did we say for years before AEW came back on the map? Wrestling is trash right now because they're booking it like crazy. Nothing seems to make sense. A, B, and C, all this stuff like that. AEW comes around, and then all of a sudden NXT blows up, and now wrestling's the best it's been in years because of competition.
Yep.
Tribalism is a disease.
You
End
like
of
who you
story.
like. You can watch whoever you want on whatever
Right.
night you want to watch. And
Right.
it's hard to watch AEW. Why? Because usually we record on Wednesday nights, whatever, and we watching old footage to get ready for the show. But we like who we like. Abel got the glasses on, the Truth and Turbo. I love that tag team.
Yep.
I make sure I watch them.
Team.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you watch. I may miss the shows. I'll still watch clips. I'll still find out what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's like I'm not wishing AEW's demise because
we already seen
I like WWE. I'm not wishing any other organization's demise because of WWE. There's just no.
Especially
Why?
me. I don't ever want to hear anyone say that WWE should go away because that is the box office. That's if WWE's doing good, all wrestling companies around the world are going to be doing good, whether people realize that or not. Are there things in WWE that are kind of shady and kind of like, it's bound to happen. I mean, there's some things to be a businessman, you can't be a nice guy all the time, and that's
Right.
something I think Tony Khan's starting to see that a lot of guys don't like the way he does things. But it is what it is.
Right.
Like you gotta be a dickhead sometimes too. So like if you want to keep talking shit, fuck it. I you know what? I gotta respect Tony Khan too though, because he takes a lot of shit from all these past wrestlers about them shitting on him and not giving him an opportunity that they felt like they should have, but he just takes it in stride, keeps
Mhm.
coming into work, doing his thing. He's like, I'm not worried about these guys. They're not here. And that's the whole Bill Belichick thing. We're not worried about guys that are not playing. We're just worried about
Right.
the players that are here. So
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So Ridge Holland, we wish nothing but the best for you. Hopefully everything works out for you, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'll say this about Ridge Holland because I went off on my tangent about tribalism. Ridge Holland, there's two things you can learn. Ridge Holland becomes a cautionary tale, unfortunately. The first thing is you want to air stuff about your job. That's fine, but sometimes there's ramifications. And number two, I don't like the direction that WWE is going under TKO.
Me neither.
They are becoming so much about the money. And I can't say that the Ridge Holland move was a WWE move or a TKO move. I just know that in the past, wrestlers have been allowed to talk their shit about WWE, and they did not immediately get released, especially if they were injured. They were still allowed under the table to keep their contract. Now, if you were an active wrestler, because I'm pretty sure people will come to mind, there were active wrestlers that talk shit about WWE and they got released. But when you were injured, there was a different set of circumstances for WWE. I can't remember WWE ever releasing somebody while they were injured. Never.
Same WCW.
No, I said WWE. I said WWE. I
said,
can't remember.
I
No,
said
but
the
I'm
same
saying,
WCW.
Yeah.
yeah, I've never
Whatever he's
seen
still
I've
doing.
never seen WWE up until Ridge Holland ever release somebody who was ever injured. They usually allowed that, even if they never put
Even if
them on
they're
TV
injured.
again. Even if they never put them on TV again, they made sure that they were covered. They made sure that they were paid for. In fact, what they would actually do is if you were injured and your contract was coming to a close, they would keep you on contract and then make you work the months you were injured
Yep.
to honor your contract.
Yep.
So the fact that they cut him loose like that, I'm not so sure that's a WWE move, if not versus a TKO move, because TKO and by proxy UFC treats their athletes like that, where they would just cut you loose without, because it's a Tuesday, and I
It's not even
don't.
so much the release. I
Yeah,
think just not covering his surgery. That's disrespectful in my opinion.
and again, as I said, that's WWE has been known to cover athletes even when they're not under contract,
Yep.
for when they were out hurt, out injured, out whatever, when they're going through drug things, all that
Yep.
stuff like that, they've covered them.
Yep.
So that's why I said I don't like the direction they're going under TKO, because that sounds like a TKO move. That doesn't sound like a WWE move.
Yeah, as much shit that Vince has done in the past and all the dirty shit we've starting to uncover, one thing he will do, he will take care of his wrestlers, and at least if he's gonna release them, he's gonna make sure they're at least taken care of financially and health wise,
Yeah,
regardless.
until
He
they can
may
take
not
care of
like you, but
themselves
he'll
again.
take care. Yeah,
He'll take
until
care of
you
you
help
until you
him.
can't take care of yourself again. Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what's going to continue with Ridge Holland. Hopefully he'll find work soon. Like I said, there's other opportunities out there. And he'll manage. He'll be good. All right. Let's get into tonight's topic. Let's talk about the man. Let's talk about the birthday boy. Let's talk about Y2J, the demo god, Le Champion, the Ocho. Let's talk about Chris Jericho. First of all, happy birthday, Chris Jericho.
Happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
This man, he is supposedly a free agent, and he's going to make one more run in the WWE.
Are you
and
sure?
He's going to have his his tour. He deserve it.
Yeah.
It's good to come back home and do what you got to do. But I want to talk about Chris Jericho. I want to talk about how the evolution of Chris Jericho. A lot of people, they're over him right now because he just keeps on holding on and just, supposedly taking a spot from a talent. You can't get mad at Chris Jericho because he keeps reinventing himself. He keeps getting himself over.
Who's been more relevant in all these times besides Chris with different characters?
Exactly. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. I know Cool Ray doesn't like Chris Jericho. I know I believe Adrian, I'm not a fan of Chris Jericho as well too, but you gotta love this dude, man. From his humble beginnings when he, just trying to make a name for himself and Smoky Mountain Wrestling and WCW, who just like that pretty face, just trying to get over. And then, okay, you're not gonna get that far. And then we see him start being goofy with the pigtails, and he got the goatee and the one fuzz chin hair and all stuff like that. Like, okay, this guy, he has some type of charisma. He's definitely getting over. And then you're talking about, oh, he had his streak, Goldberg and his streak going on. That was entertaining.
That was.
Yeah. I beat Bill Goldberg. Next thing you know, Goldberg sprayed the shit out of him in that damn aisle. like we know that's good stuff right there. And then his WWE debut going one-on-one with The Rock on the microphone. You come from WCW, you had the Y2J countdown going on, you going toe-to-toe with the great one on the microphone. That was big. That was big right there.
And you kept up with The Rock.
You kept up with the dude.
That's big. That's big right there.
Yes. A Intercontinental champion, European champion, Grand Slam champion. He did it all. And then he leaves. He went on one of his Fozzy thing. He comes back, reinvents himself.
Hold on, Dom. You missed the best part. He beat The Rock and Stone Cold
in the same night.
In the same night.
Yes, in the same night.
The only man to ever be able to say and do that.
Yes.
Chris, Y2J, Ocho, Le Champion, Demo God, the learning tree, all that. Him.
Yeah. He did that. He did that. He let's go down the line. Money in the Bank. Invented that.
He is the actual guy that invented the Money in the Bank concept. People don't know that, but he is.
And then WWE, it was going downhill, left, came back, cut his hair, starts with the suits.
Yep.
Talking slow, using big words. I love that heel run of Jericho. And then we seen that feud with him and Shawn Michaels. Oh, was it 2008? That was a good year for Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels right there. Left, came back. You just made the list.
Yep.
Something so simple. Just got people over. It was good.
Zombie Princess.
Just, oh my God. And then, he got tired of working with WWE. He reinvented himself, went to Japan, and he brings out the Painmaker.
Yep.
The Painmaker gimmick. And it's so over. He tells Vince, I'm not going to work for another company in the United States. But he's so over. Whatever. I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway. So he goes to AEW. The Painmaker's over there. And then he's the big name for AEW, and he becomes their champion. And that was the right choice right there.
Yeah.
You could have had Cody Rhodes be the champion, but nah, like, you got to prove yourself. Chris Jericho is definitely the right guy to do so. Then you got the learning tree.
Cody now, man. Cody was not the right choice at that time.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, you got the learning tree. You had La Sex Gods. It was so much Chris Jericho. He know what the hell he's doing. Chris Jericho is the GOAT.
Look, and let's not forget that as a coming AEW star, I'm not even sure if he was in AEW yet. I know he was finishing his run in Japan. I think he was on his way to AEW at that point. But even as that, showed up on an episode of Raw. Yep. And then went to then still ended up on AEW. So, I mean, he was literally the first guy to kind of cross over. He as I said, I don't know if he was actively in AEW at the time. I think he had a contract signed to come to AEW,
It wasn't even there yet.
Yeah, but this dude just showed up casually, just showed up on Raw, one off, showed up, said what he said, and left. Just like there is so much to Jericho that if you look back on when Jericho came to WWE in 1999,
yes,
you would not have imagined. I mean, you would have imagined he would have had a good run. Probably would have kept it going into like the 2010s, maybe. Definitely didn't see that he would still be active in 2025, maybe. But like you said, he has become such a master of reinvention that you could. And the thing of it is it's not like he's reinventing himself and then I'm just gonna go back to same old. I'm gonna go back to this guy. I'm gonna go back to that guy, because he did the Lion Tamer gimmick in AEW, but even that was different than how he did it, how he pulled it off.
Yep.
He's just so masterful at reinventing his character and doing just enough to make people either A, hate the hell out of him for doing it, or B, want more. That he continues to stay relevant even when he's not on the card, even when he's not on the show. And there is something to be said for all of that. And it's like literally his learning tree gimmick. It was like when he got to a point where it was like, okay, what is he gonna do now? The dude is like not really wrestling like he used to. Now he's the learning tree, and now he's teaching people to be like him, and basically starting factions like that. And it's like, dude, really? This is like, what is happening right now? He is that guy. He has been that guy for years now, and love him or hate him, he has found his niche. His niche is reinvention. His niche is, I'll run this as long as it's good, and when I see that it's starting to go south, I'm reinventing myself. I'm bringing out another side of Jericho that I can show off to people, whether it be a new side or a modification to an old one.
Well,
And
this
that's
last
genius.
run that he's potentially on right now, if he's come to the WWE, I want to see just all that throughout the years, just all packaged into one. I want to see the Titantron, but I also want to hear Judas. I want to hear that on the WWE stage.
Oh,
I want to hear that badly on the WWE stage.
Yeah, I would love to have that happen. To hear Judas play when he comes out. I think what they would initially do, though, when he comes back, they might initially have his old theme. They might do a modification.
Yeah.
They might do a mod where you have the countdown run.
Yep.
And then when it hits 0, then you hear Fozzy. And that you hear,
Yep.
I could see that. And that would be absolutely incredible if they did that. There's just so much that he can do with this right now. And literally, dude could literally break out all his gimmicks for his run. Like if he decides to do a year run, he's got enough gimmicks for that.
Yeah.
So he could literally run a gimmick a pay-per-view and be straight the entire year. He's got that many.
Yeah, so I'm a big fan of Chris Jericho. He is one of the GOATs.
Yep.
And yeah, can't wait to see what 2025 and late 2025 and 2026. What's in store for him?
Yeah.
All right, so Platino, let's take it back to 1998. You wanted to talk about Dean Malenko and Chris Jericho Uncensored. What are your thoughts on that match?
And I actually went back and watched this match the other day, and what an incredible technical match it was for the cruiserweight title, man. Them two, man, them guys can go. Dean Malenko gets overlooked a lot because he's not that high flying cruiserweight that a lot of guys saw back in WCW, but he was that Bret Hart. He was the ground specialist that kept everything together and kept everything moving. It was definitely a coming of age for Jericho, in my opinion. I think that was during the whole run where Jericho was making fun of Dean, Dean Malenko,
His dad,
Stinko,
right?
and yeah, his dad had
Yep.
recently had passed away, and I think there was one point during the whole rivalry that Dean was banned from going against Jericho, so Dean had to go into a cruiserweight battle royal type style match as sequel play.
Yep.
So as I'm watching, I'm like, what is this?
He took the mask off.
Yeah, he was doing certain moves, and I was like, that looks familiar. As soon as he took that mask off, and you seen the the comeback that Dean had on Chris, you're like, holy crap, this is where it's at. Jericho had pushed Dean so far that he had to come in as a different character just to get his revenge on Jericho. And
Yep.
it's something that should be done again. I don't know if it's even anybody can pull it off nowadays, but it's kind of difficult. There's only so many mass superstars, but I just love this match.
Well,
It's probably one of the top 5 matches Jericho's ever had in his career, especially in WCW. Probably top 3 in WCW.
Yeah.
Just I don't know if you guys remember watching this match, but it was
I
a
remember
technical
it.
masterpiece.
It was good.
And it
Yeah.
was beautiful.
Yeah, I think that that concept of masquerading as a masked wrestler to, get the one up on somebody is something that we haven't really seen in a good while now. I mean, if you think about, you had, like you said, obviously Jericho, Malenko, but you also had that with DDP dressing up Elizabeth Parker back in the day.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You
But La
had,
Parca was one of the
yep,
larger luchadors at the time.
yep, yep. You had Undertaker dressed as Kane. You had The Miz as the Canada Kid.
Canadian
The
Yeah, he
Canadian
dressed up
Kid.
everybody.
We knew damn well
Yeah,
that was.
yeah. You had Kurt Angle as El Conquistador. So you
As
it's
your Christian, yeah.
yeah. So you have cases, and I agree there should be more. There should be more of that, because I mean, obviously when you see a masked wrestler you've never known before, the thought process is that's probably somebody under the mask. But it's
Yeah.
always fun to see. You watch the match, and it's always fun to see, okay, what move are they going to pull out that's going to let you know who they are. And I think little things like that, little nuances like that are missed in today's wrestling. Little things like, what am I going to do to help? What am I going to do that's not overt, that's going to help me get the one up on you? And I think it's done more so these days, where wrestlers will get dressed up as cameramen or somebody, or part of the stage crew. That's kind of where they've gone to now, where wrestlers will get dressed up as somebody that's going to be just around the ring during a match to get their one up. But I missed that. And to the point of Jericho Malenko, yeah, that match was banger after banger, because Malenko did his damn thing. It was like there was Malenko had that rage. He had a rage version of himself that he very rarely pulled out, and he pulled it out on Jericho, and it was ridiculously good how good he was in that match. And I think that in a time where cruiserweights was starting to wane, because they had their full quote unquote exposure, and they were kind of getting just kind of blended into everything else, that weren't being showcased anymore. This was a reason why they should have still been showcased.
Yeah, I totally agree. You have a storyline like that.
Yep.
It's meant for those guys. They
Yep.
should have still been prominent in WCW.
Yep.
Damn right. All right. Well, BDC, you want to talk about when Jericho made his return to WWE and he remained silent for a good period of time? You want to talk about that?
So Chris Jericho returns on a episode of Raw, and his music plays, and fans are cheering, and he comes out puts his back up. He has his arms stretched, and this was after his very long heel run that he had. So we weren't really sure what to make of him when he came back. But when he came back, he was screaming into the camera, even though nothing was coming out. He came out to the ring. He stood out in the ring for had to be like 15 minutes, just walking around and soaking it all in. And he picks up the mic, and then he drops the mic and he leaves the ring. And people are like, "What the hell's happening?" And then he comes back next week, and he comes out again, and he's admiring everyone, and then he leaves again without saying a word, and everyone is now getting tired of it because they're like, they want him to talk. And he does all of that to do what? Be a heel and get into a program with CM Punk, and it is hilarious. It's like everyone was so happy he was back. They're cheering him on. Dude doesn't talk for 3 weeks. By the time he finally talks, people are just mad that he hasn't said anything, and he immediately goes off, and I love it.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah, I hollered. I was just like, yo, he made y'all wait for 3 weeks just to go off on y'all. It was legendary. It was legendary. Like,
yeah, you first see him come back. Yeah, he's back. He got the microphone. Yeah, what's he gonna say?
He was.
And next thing you know, not a damn thing. not a damn thing. It was
not a word. Yeah, that was absolute classic. He toyed with fans for weeks, and I loved it because it was just
good, man.
That's
why Jericho is the GOAT.
But realistically, who would even think of that? Who would even think of that? I mean, you had Sting not talk for a year, right? He was in the rafters and stuff like that. He would come down, but he would interact with the wrestlers. He was telling his story. He was telling his story by his actions. He didn't have to speak at all. So when he finally spoke, it was impactful. Y2J had come back from injury. So everybody just wanted to hear something from him, his welcome back promo, and he basically said, "Fuck y'all" for 3 weeks. And when he finally opened his mouth, he went in on the crowd for the fact that he was silent for 3 weeks. It was brilliant.
Imagine pitching that to Vince.
I'm going to come back. And when I come back, you're going to hear my music. I'm going to come out. I'm going to get the crowd rowdy. I'm going to get the crowd amped. I'm going to get the crowd going. And I'm not going to say shit.
What?
And then the next week, I'm going to come out and I'm going to do it all over again and still not say shit.
Do you think that's going to work?
And then when I come back the next week, everyone's going to be tired of me, or they're going to want to hear me say something, and I'm immediately going to go off on them.
That's good shit. Good shit.
That's good shit. Yeah, let's try. Okay. Go ahead. Oh,
yeah.
Man. Yeah, I got to relive that. That was a wild time. I remember that.
Yeah, that was. I forgot about that almost. You brought me back.
It was absolute genius.
Man. All right, well,
absolute genius.
Let's talk about Jericho becoming the first AEW champion. What impact did this have for AEW's credibility and Jericho's legacy right here?
I would say it had an immediate impact and credibility for AEW. You have a former WWE champion who was already on his way to the Hall of Fame status anyway, and then you make him your first champion. He's a great promo. I know Adam Page is starting to do a lot better nowadays, but you're not going to put Jericho, you're not going to have Jericho underneath that. Jericho is the guy. He was the perfect person for AEW to start off with. And just the promo alone, just coming in, what is this? Fermented beans, olives, garbage. What's this? I got Le Champion. I got some champagne for Le Champion. It was like he said, he didn't have any script. He just came in, just did what he wanted to do, and it gave a freedom to the wrestlers that they needed to have in a long time. You'd heard so many times back in the days that WWE, here's a script, don't go past it, don't go around it. This is what we want you to say, and that's it. And
Mhm.
Jericho's like, so I can't put my own spin on it? No. This is what you want to say, and that's it. Tony Khan's like, you know what? I trust you. You're at the level that you're at because you were just given the mic and just did your thing. Have at it. I trust you. And sure enough, Le Champion was born that night.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jericho definitely was a leader. He's a generational influence. He started from the bottom. He clawed. He got himself all the way to the top. He did what he had to do. So he was the perfect guy for AEW to kick off.
Yeah, I mean, who are you going to put the title on? I mean, don't get me wrong.
I love
Cody
Kenny Omega
Rhodes
too, but no.
Cody Rhodes is Cody Rhodes, but Cody Rhodes was not that guy. He was not that guy yet.
Yeah.
No.
Young Guns, the
Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks, yeah. Young Bucks, yeah, they definitely weren't it. Kenny Omega, don't get me wrong, Kenny Omega, amazing talent, but he he had a lot of appeal for what he did in the Indies. He didn't have main event, he didn't have mainstream appeal yet.
Yep.
If you want that TV deal, you had to go with Chris Jericho.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Chris Jericho, like you said, Grand Slam winner, WWE. Was the WWE world champ, was the world heavyweight champ in WWE, was the world heavyweight champ in WCW. This dude has been everything. He had gone to New Japan and won their belts. So I mean, this dude was on fire coming from Japan. So how do you not put it on him? How do you not?
Yeah. Nice.
He added such immediate legitimacy to the AEW World Heavyweight Championship and to AEW as a brand that it was ridiculous, because it was like, okay, this dude has literally won everywhere he's gone, and he comes into AEW and he's the first AEW champion, and that's something that they can never take away. This dude legitimized the championship and AEW from the jump.
And what he did too, he also legitimized a bunch of these guys that are. One of them was actually a new TNA champion, Mike Santana.
Yep.
Maybe they didn't win titles as part of the inner circle, but Mike Santana was legitimized just by being around Chris Jericho. I know it took a little while for him to finally get his single run, and I'm so glad he's where he's at right now. He's well deserved. But him just standing next to Chris Jericho all those years ago, it legitimized him as a legit player in the game. And I'm so glad that he's actually one of the top guys in TNA right now.
Agreed.
Yes. So Jericho, he is the man. He is a Hall of Famer. He's going in the WWE Hall of Fame at some point.
Yep.
And I'm going to run through his accolades right quick. One time, your inaugural AEW World Champion, FTW Champion. He had the Bleacher Report Moment of the Year in 2021, the Stadium Stampede match, the Elite versus Inner Circle at Double or Nothing.
That was crazy.
Feud of the Year in 2008, Shawn Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the Canadian Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, class of 2023.
Well deserved.
He ECW television champion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people forget about that.
New Japan, the IWGP Intercontinental Champion one time.
Yep.
Faction of the Year in 2021, Inner Circle. Feud of the Decade in 2000s with Shawn Michaels. Feud of the Year in 2008, Shawn Michaels. Feud of the Year in 2021, MJF. Most hated wrestler in 2002 and 2008.
Mm-hmm.
He ranked number 2 in the PWI 500 in 2009. 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion. Rolling Stone ranked number 3 out of 10 best WWE wrestlers in 2016. Sports Illustrated ranked number 5 of the 10 male wrestlers in 2019. Ranked number 18 of the 20 greatest WWE wrestlers of all time. That's big right there.
Yeah.
4-time WCW Cruiserweight Champion. 1-time WCW Television Champion. Undisputed Champion. World Heavyweight Champion 3 times. WCW Champion 2 times, whatever you want to call it. Intercontinental Champion 9 times. United States Champion 2 times. European Champion 1 time. Hardcore Champ 1 time. Tag Team Champions 2 times. 1 with Edge, 1 with Big Show. And then the other tag titles 5 times. Chris Benoit, The Rock, Christian, Edge, and Big Show. My God. Queen's Cup, Undisputed WWF Championship Tournament, 4th Grand Slam Champion, 9th Triple Crown Champion, 3-time Slammy Award winner for Extreme Moment of the Year in 2014. basically executing a crossbody on Bray Wyatt from the top of the steel cage on Raw. Superstar of the Year in 2008. Tag Team of the Year 2009 with Big Show.
Jericho.
Wrestler of the Year 2008, 9, 19. Best interviews in 2003, 2008, 2009, 2019. Feud of the Year. Oh, my God. The list goes on. Like, yo, I'm reading this off of Wikipedia right now. Worst gimmick in 2024 as part of the learning tree. Most charismatic in 2019. Like, yeah.
You're not going to get all winners.
Oh, man. Revolvers Magazine 100 Greatest Living Rock Stars in 2011.
Wow. In
Judas
2011?
Wow. Judas went gold in 2022.
Should be platinum already.
Yeah, so you can't knock Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho worked his ass off to get all them stats right there.
He's not only a rock star in WWE and AEW in the wrestling world, but he's also a rock star in the rock and roll status. Like, he is that guy, man.
He wanted to be a wrestler and he wanted to be a rock star, and he did them both.
And he did them both. Yep.
Not a lot of people can say that. And Jericho, and he's an actor.
Yes, he's an actor now too.
And he's an actor.
Dancing with the Stars. All that.
Dancing with the Stars.
Jericho, he's the GOAT.
I gotta say that, man. The guy has done just about any and everything, and anybody he's been around, he's uplifted or made better, or they made him just as good, if not better as well.
Damn right. All right, well, that wraps up our episode of Chris Jericho. Jericho, happy birthday.
Yes,
sir. But next week, we're taking it back to 2002. It's Strap's pick. We're going to talk about Survivor Series 2002, and I'm going to run through the card right now. And our opening match is an elimination tables match. We have Jeff Hardy and the Dudley Boys taking on 3 Minute Warning, Rosie and Jamal.
Oh, wow.
And Rico.
Oh, gotta have Rico.
And then we have a cruiserweight match, cruiserweight title match. We have Jamie Noble with Nydia taking on Billy Kidman.
Ooh, come on, baby. Can't wait to see you, Nydia.
All right, after this, we have a hardcore match for the women's title. We have Trish Stratus taking on Victoria.
Ooh. That's gonna hit hard.
That's gonna bang. That's gonna bang.
After this, we have the championship match for the WWE Championship match right here. We have Brock Lesnar taking on Big Show. Then we have a triple threat elimination match for the tag team titles. We have Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo taking on Edge, and Rey Mysterio taking on Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit.
Oh, yes, I remember that match. Oh, my God. I remember that match.
That might have been the match of the night. I think that was the match of the night, if I remember.
For wrestling fans, guys like us, But our main event is for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's the debut of the Elimination Chamber. We have Shawn Michaels with the brown trunks taking on Triple H, Chris Jericho, Kane, Booker T, and Rob Van Dam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Down. the greatest, not the greatest, but the funniest animation for WWE 2K after that. Super kick. Oh.
Oh, man.
I remember playing, I'm like, is that part of the animation?
Yep. Like, come on, man. Every time.
Oh, that ended on a good note.
Yep. That was Survivor Series 2002. Can't wait to talk about that one next week.
Yep. I want to see. I'm probably going to watch that soon.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, this is an excellent show. I'm glad to relive these top moments of Chris Jericho. So from the list to the La Champion to the Ocho, Chris Jericho, he defines what longevity is in pro wrestling. Yep. He's not just a wrestler. He's a storyteller, a reinvention artist, and a Hall of Fame lock who's been breaking the walls down for almost 3 decades. BDC Platino, thank you for doing this with me.
Yes, sir.
Guys, remember to like, subscribe, share, comment. We're still trying to get to 400. We're getting so close. Help us out. We're trying to get there before the end of the year.
Woo!
Until then, I'm Notorious One. I am Dom. I'm here with my brothers, and we will see you guys next time. Boom.
If you don't watch this episode, Jesus makes a rest.